Listen, I made a comment a few days back. Matter of fact, I made a comment back in September 11th, 2001. I made a comment at many of these school shootings, church shootings, all these things that go on that we see in the news. And people use the terminology or the words false flag. And somehow that term has gotten twisted around. So I'm going to untwist it for you. The first thing is, what is a false flag? A false flag is when something happens that changes the whole mindset of people or even the narrative of a lie, but it wasn't what happened. Now, that don't mean that people don't really die, y'all. That don't mean that they won't kill kids. Look at September 11th, 2001. Did we not watch people falling out of them fucking twin towers? So there you go. They will kill people to change your mind. But let's use September 11th, 2001 for another example of the false flag. They instantly went to Saddam Hussein, and then they went to the Muslim boogeyman, when all along we all know it was the United States federal government trying to squeeze their fascist fist around our throats, make us fear an enemy that wasn't there, make us support the murder of 2 billion Muslims. Now you get what a false flag is. Look at World War One. They didn't sink a Nazi U-boat didn't sink the Lusitania. They sunk that to get rid of the bankers that would have opposed the Federal Reserve Bank, the central bank here in America. During World War II, they allowed Pearl Harbor to be bombed to start a war that the American people, and the American people didn't want to be in World War I, nor did they want to be in World War II. 80% plus said, no, we don't want World War. We don't want to be involved in this. But to get us involved, our own government allowed our own servicemen to be murdered and bombed at Pearl Harbor. Look at Vietnam, the Gulf of Tonkin. That never even happened. But man, that was a reason to go into Vietnam. All these wars that they get you involved in, they got to make you want to go to war. Because see, the federal government, whether y'all want to believe this or not, because what you think is the federal government is not what the Constitution says the federal government, and it was what the federal government was never designed to be, which is our master. They were supposed to be our representatives and our source of a common defense. Provide for a common defense. Look at the preamble of your Constitution. That's all you were ever supposed to pay for. But the thing is, to get our minds going in that direction, to make us think about murdering another race or religion or group of people, they got to make you believe it. They want to get your weapons. They got to make you feel like they can secure you better than you can secure yourself. So we have all these school shootings and the mass shootings at schools. And I want to throw something else out there too. So if it's a white man always on psychotropic drugs, then why are white men on psychotropic drugs allowed to buy weapons? Huh? And I know some of the shitty answers I'm going to get back on that. Because see, what I'm really upset about right now is that many of you have forgotten that they will kill anybody to control you. They will kill anybody so they will not lose their tax slaves, that they won't lose their revenue. They keep you cowering in fear, telling you to vote to change. You're really going to vote to change? Will you tell me one time in your life that any of you, every 2-year cycle, voted and there was change? Huh? So tell me, what it does is it gives them a consensus on how to play you with these false flags. Now, I'm going to give you my personal opinion, and this is it. This is only my opinion. The Jewish people, the Jewish church mass shooting, something's going on in Israel. A lot of a really bad thing. It's called genocide of the Palestinian people. And Israel has been losing their support. The Israeli-controlled businesses, corporations in America have been losing money. They need sympathy for Israel. Shoot a church up with a neo-Nazi. Bring back some shit from 1938 to 1945. Hey, let's dig up the past. Because they dig up the past all the time. Because none of you want to live in the present. And none of you damn sure want to walk forward into the future. It's easier to be afraid and to have a war daddy take up for you. It's easier to believe the lie than to believe the truth. And the truth is, you are your own enemy. I am my own enemy. You get that now? It's what we fear as individuals that they've managed to turn into group thinking. So you got to stop. You got to stop and just Turn away from this federal government, period. That's all I can ask you to do. Just turn away from them. Stop watching that TV so much. And if you watch it, understand that it's lying to you, that they are lying to you. But I'll never say that they're not killing people. I'm not ever going to say they ain't killed none of these children in these schools. I'm not going to say that they ain't killed anybody in these churches. I wasn't in there, and neither were you. But no, man, we jump on it. Oh, because it feels bad. It tugs at your heartstrings. And that's the point I'm trying to make to you. Is it because you feel bad about the story that you get upset? Have you ever gone to a movie and the movie scared you while you was watching it, but you walk out and you're able to talk to the person you were watching the movie with or somebody else that's seen it, and you said, hey, man, I like that scene, and this scene spooked me, but it was a movie. Look at what you see on that TV as being nothing but entertainment, bread and circus. They make you fatter. They make you lazier. They make you dumber with that TV. Everything is catered to you except your own free thought. They don't cater free thought to your house. You can't get it from fucking Domino's. You can't get it from CNN. You damn sure can't get free thought from Fox News or MSNBC. And you damn sure will never get free thinking from this United States federal government. And let me tell you something. You think the United States federal government is bad? You think they're bad? They are owned by the New World Order, y'all. The super elite that think they run this planet. They got all 8 billion of us with a fucking leash on, walking us around like we're some pet dog. Are you a pet? Or are you a man? Are you a human being? What are you? Because you got to think about that. Because you're going to learn one thing. A false flag don't mean nobody is killed. It was done under false events. The false flag comes up because sometimes to get, like I said, like when to get the American people involved into World War I and World War II, you had to throw up a flag and say, oh, this enemy attacked us. False flag. You get it now? But all this bickering and division over who was killed or if people were really killed or not, hey, let's just say they really were. Let's just say they really were. Because see, back in the 90s when we were calling them false flags, in the early 2000s when we was calling them false flags, the conspiracy theorists, the free thinkers of this fucking world, they were out there saying, show us some death certificates. Show us this, because according to the United States, or according to the Social Security, you're not dead until Social Security says you're dead. You get that part? So when you come up on the Social Security death registry, well, that's where they messed up at Sandy Hook. That's where they messed up at a couple after that. So now they probably going in there really are killing people. But it's so funny to me, or not funny, it's sick. None of this is fucking funny to me. It's sick to me that people, when I was growing up, I would see dead bodies from Vietnam. We would see the carnage that our own men did, or our own men coming home in body bags. We could see the caskets coming home. But today, what? We didn't get smarter. We didn't get more mature. We didn't get more intelligent. We didn't get more accustomed to blood and guts that we can't see one of these scenes where they pull one of these stunts. Why can't we see it? Why can't they prove to us that it's really happening? Because they want us divided. They want half of us saying it didn't happen and nobody died, and the other half is saying, how can you be so insensitive? Look at how these people died. But right now, the Catholic Church is trying to regain its name from being the sick, perverted pedophiles that they are. And the Israeli government is tired of losing money for their American companies that they bought out. And they need sympathy. They want everybody being anti-Semitic that says anything bad about Israel, murdering millions of Palestinians. And they want anybody that uses the name Trump to hate and love so much that you will hate or love your brother. Your own brother right beside you. And that's where I'm almost through, y'all. I'm almost through with all of this. Because if you can't look at your brother and discuss things, then what the fuck are we doing here? They have won. Do you want them to win? Are you going to let them win? Or are you going to let them take your free thought? The last free place in the whole universe is right between your fucking ears. You best think about that, because they're stealing your free thought. They're stealing your brotherhood. They're stealing your community. They're stealing the things that you can only do and change. You can't change a nation. You can't change a region. You can't change a state. You can't even change a county. But you can change your community, and you can change your own heart and your own mind. So start thinking again. Because I tell you what, man, I've stayed off here for a couple of days because I've been busy and I've been trying to work on something for myself. But man, everything goes to hell in a handbasket over a few false flags. And that's the other thing. Look at the lull where nothing happened. There's lulls, y'all. You don't pay attention to the peace, do you? When it's peaceful and nobody's getting shot, you ain't heard nothing out of the Middle East, but the war on terror ain't over. You see what I'm getting at? Then all of a sudden they stack it up. Then they stack it up. Kavanaugh's got witches putting hexes on them. The Catholics are going to save Kavanaugh. Oh, now there's bombs being mailed to all these people, but the Democrats mailed them, or the Republicans mailed them, or some guy down in a van in Florida with Trump stickers. And y'all fall for this shit. Do you realize that not a one sumbitch out there that's ever been in any of those people that they mentioned that got a bomb mailed to them don't even get their own mail? Huh? Well, you think Obama puts on his slippers in the morning and walks out to the mailbox? Huh? Y'all kill me sometimes. Snap out of it. Look right next to you at your brother. I mean, like right now, I don't care if you're at work. I don't care if you're at home. I don't care if you're at school. I don't care where you are. You look at your brother and you turn around right now and you say, I love you, brother. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for being a fucking idiot. I'm sorry for being a slave mentality thinker. I'm sorry for being fooled by the New World Order. And you're all I got, and I'm all you got. And this is all we have. It's all we ever have, and it's all we are ever going to have. So go around, go hug somebody right now. You hear me? Or just don't, then don't. I don't care. I don't give ultimatums like governments and so-called fucking leaders do. I want you to think on your own. I want you to stand up on your hind legs and be you. I want you to raise your children and be a member of your community. And if you're my age, you best fucking wise up and become the elder that you are, because this shit's got to stop. Before long, you ain't gonna be able to look at that brother or that sister and hug them. You ain't gonna be able to look at them and tell them you love them, because you're gonna be so consumed by indoctrinated, programmed hate that you ain't gonna come back. We ain't got long, y'all. I guess you didn't go out in the full moon and get you any knowledge, did you? So you got about 4 or 5 years to figure it out. If you ain't figured it out by then so what? So what? You know, it ain't even no this. I don't even got a dog in this fight. I am free in my mind. I am who I am, and I love my brother, and I love my sister, and I love my tribe. But I can't stand seeing y'all eat each other alive. I can't see you come at me because I use a word like false flag, and you're like, oh, Bill, well, them people really did die, or oh, Bill, them people didn't die, or oh, Bill, what the fuck? I'm just a fucking dumb redneck out in the goddamn woods. I don't know jack shit, but I know how to love. I know how to let another man be a man. I know how to let a sister be a sister. I know how to be a part of a tribe. And I know how to remember things. I ain't forgot September 11th, 2001, and the biggest lie they ever perpetuated on this country. And I won't forget it today. And I won't see you falling out of no buildings being lied about from a Muslim boogeyman false flag. So wake up, think, be you, and love again. Love conquers hate. Love conquers evil. Think about that. Now, I'm going to chill out and go do some fucking hard work and play with some dogs or do something that has little to do with mankind or this motherfucking internet. Because I swear to God, it's infecting me with doubt. And I don't want to doubt anybody. I want to know in my brain and in my heart that everybody will stay on the same page no matter what fucking shit they throw at us. No matter who they tell you are, no matter what they say is going on, that we all stay on the same page and know that love conquers all, and love brings the unity and the brotherhood that we need to bring our communities and our families back together. Oh, and you best be hugging that family too. You best be loving on everybody around you. And I say that because I'm upset, and I look upset, and you're like, Bill, how can you say love somebody when you look like you smell shit? Well, I'm gonna tell you, because I'm mad, because you forget. And if I got to say it every day and get back on here every day and say, love your brother as you love yourself. And guess what? I need to quit saying that, because some of you don't love yourself. So you can't love your brother, and you can't love my Mother Earth because you don't love yourself. So love yourself like you would like your brother to love you, like you would love this planet to love you. And remember that this federal government was never, ever intended to be what it is today. They're even taking your Social Security money and calling it a benefit, and people going to roll over and take that one in the ass too. Ha! Well, just give them your whole paycheck and they'll spend it for you. I'm pretty sure they got some stuff they already plan on doing that with anyway. You're just going to give the government your paycheck. All right, because you give right now, you're giving right at over 50% of your money to the government and 10% to God. So that little chump change you got left, you might as well give it away too. You best start thinking. And like I said, you best start loving and find a way to love again. Because all this other fear and hate is eating you alive. It's eating you alive. Think about that. I love you. I love you. Peace. And don't live in fear. Because that fear is all they can use against you. And it's a disease. And knowledge is the cure. Think about that. Peace.